Well, it's now the first day in September, and we have some good news. We have some sowing contracts on field 4, 17 and 20, and they're all to sow in barley. Field 17 is right behind us, so that's an easy one to nip through, but we do need to put more seeds in the seeder, because if I remember, that's it there. There isn't a lot left, maybe about 500 litres, so we will need to nip down to the shop. That's field 4 there, that's quite a large one, it's going to take a bit of time to do. And 20 right above it. So they're not too bad. They are decent paying contracts, so that's even better for us. But I think I'm going to go and repair them first. I do remember repairing the 7R, which I think is in the shed actually. But yep, that's 63% damage. So we will need to get that repaired. But I'll hook it up just now, we'll see how much seed. I'm sure it's about 500 litres. We don't have any up here. We have plenty of line, but I think we bought way too much when we did that the first time. But we'll go down to the shop, get this repaired first, and go down to the shop, buy some new seeds, and get it filled up. We bought the drill machine, almost at what it is just now, damage-wise, so it will need, see how much it dropped there when I hooked in with the tractor. It's dropped down to under half. It's almost a quarter, really. So we need to go and get that repaired. We'll see how much that costs. I don't think it's going to be too much because the seeder thing itself, the drill, it didn't cost much when we bought it, so I'm not expecting a very high repair price. But I think because we've got 62,000 in the bank, we'd be as well just repair everything here. The weight and the light never costs much, so we just do it anyway. Well, let's have a look. So the 7R is $1,282, so just repair that. Cedar, there you go, $3,154. And that's $2 I think it was, and $7 for the weight. So we're all fully repaired, ready to go. Right, we'll head down to the shop now, and we'll go and pick up some seeds, and let's get started on this contract. Well, we decided to get 8 bags of seeds because we're probably going to need them quite a lot, so we spent $6,400 on that. Let's get it loaded up and head out to the first field. Well, we've leased the Flegel DTS 5.9 low loader. It just cost us $1,249. It's easier this way because then we can take the seeds up to the drill instead of having to take the drill, fold it up, travel all the way down to the shop, pick up seeds, come all the way back up, get set up again, and get the GPS line sorted out. So this was the easier option. We also purchased another 8 bags of seeds, another $6,400. This just seemed like an easier way. We were looking at getting the low loader we had on hire before. We could afford it, just it would have left us no money again. Even though these contracts are good paying, we'd like to have, about 40 to 50,000 in the bank. That way, if anything comes into the sale that we would need or will need in the near future, we can just grab it when it's on sale. But we decided against it this time. We just leased this trailer. It does the job. The one we've got in the yard I think we're going to sell because it doesn't hook up to this telehandler. It only hooks up to a tractor because it's got a 3-point hitch, or the bottom 2 bits of the 3-point hitch. It doesn't have a tow bar or tow ball. So this was the better option. But we're going to get the tractor filled up now and get this contract finished off, then nip up to the next field up, which is field 20 right above us, and get that one done as well. Well, that's us completed field 4. We've still got 3,500 litres of seeds left. We'll go and complete that contract. Where are we? There we go. So $36,737. That is amazing. There's 2 fertilising contracts popped up though. Fields 28 and 29. There they are on the left there, right beside each other again. That's great. But for now, we are going to go in straight across into field 20. I think we'll accept one of these just now. Either one, I don't think it matters, because we can only take on 3 contracts at a time. So, let's get going and seed up field 20. Well, that's just great. We had one tiny little strip left and we'd run out of seeds. So we're down here. We're going to grab one bag off of this trailer, take it up, fill it up and finish the contract. Well, we're back down at the shop again, where we've just spent $14,560 on 8 bags of fertilizer. That stuff is getting really dear, so I can't wait till we get the cows sorted out, because they'll produce slurry and manure which we can use as fertilizer. But we'll get this loaded up onto the trailer, back up to the yard where we have a fertilizing contract to do. And then we can store our seeds as well if we don't need them. The attachment I've got just now it's kind of annoying. You can't quite get into 2 bags side by side. So you always knock one over or push one off the trailer, or you never really get it right. And when you try and connect them, when you go to disconnect them again, only one of the bags disconnects and then reconnects. I don't know why it's doing that. But you'll see there's plenty of, well, there you go, the first bag. You can't grab 2 at once, so it is getting kind of annoying. We are looking at new tools for the telehandler. Because we've got a decent amount of money, we can afford, you know, 10 to 15,000 pounds of new equipment for the telehandler, because it's used for everything round about the yard. So it's better to have the stuff that works. Like there, I can only pick up the 1 bag, then I've got to move it slightly. I can grab the next bag, no problem. But now they're offset. When you put them on a trailer, you can't get 3 across. Or if you do, it knocks one off. So it's kind of annoying. But we'll get this loaded up and up to the yard, get the fertilizer ready to go. But we'll see you up there. Well, we're back down here at the yard. The money has changed a little bit. We have sold all of the telehandler tools. We've finally upgraded. The big bag handler went first because it was annoying that it wouldn't disconnect both bags if you had 2 on, and it wouldn't really pick up 2 bags side by side either without connecting them. It was a bit of a pain to work, so we got rid of it and I got $164 for it. We did get a new one, which was $3,500, and that's the one just in the middle of the 3 implements left sitting. It is hydraulic and adjustable, so the pins move in and out as you need to get bags if they're slightly further away or closer together, so it is handy and it is worth the upgrade. We also sold our silage fork for $873, and the bucket we sold for $1,498. The silage fork we had before only took 2,100 litres. The new one, which cost us $2,800, it picks up 4,500 litres at a time. That's the one we've got on. So that's a big upgrade for us. It also means when we get more silage, because we've got this big grass field now, when we go empty the pit, that little bucket with just over 2,000 litres a time, that's going to take a long time to empty. So this is another big upgrade for us. Even though it was just double and it's still only 4,500, there is bigger ones in the game at like 10,000 litres, but that's for wheel loaders. And we're not quite at that stage yet. The bucket as well. The old one took 2,640 litres. This new one takes 5,000 litres. So if the rain does come on and we need to shift grain inside quickly, we can do it. It cost us $2,750, so it wasn't that expensive. We also sold the bale grab, as it was a bit of a pain, you know, the one that picks up 4 at a time, one direction, or 3 the other direction. It was a bit of a pain to line up the bales separately in the field, so we opted to sell it. We got $2,362 for that. We bought a new one. We don't need a grab because none of our bales are wrapped because we've got the pit for that. So we got a slightly different one, which is this one here with the forks. We should be able to pick up 2 bales if they're long ways, or pick them up narrow ways, and we can still stack them and pick up 2. We just can't drive as fast because they're not connected. But that new bale fork cost us $1,300, so again, nice and cheap. Bit of an issue connecting up there. So in total, we sold $4,897 worth of our equipment, and we bought $10,350 worth. So it wasn't too bad a day. We only spent $10,000 and we sold $5,000, so we only paid about $5,000 in total. We've also, I just remembered, $17,705 for Field 20 that we completed not long ago. So that's an extra boost to the income. We'll also accept that fertilising contract, so we've still got one sowing contract to do with barley, so we're going to go and do that next. That's in the field behind us actually, so it's quite close. Well, that contract I forgot to get the payment for, that's now boosted us back up. We're at almost $80,000 again. We're just come out on the road. He's a good distance away. Yeah, we'll just go for it. It is quite slow, this machine. And it is, oh, maybe I was, yo, that was cutting it a bit fine, wasn't it? Either he was speeding or I was going way too slow. Anyway, we're going to head back up to the yard, get the stuff offloaded and get the trailer off hired. I've also just noticed coming in the yard here that our repair is very, very low. We need to get that done now. And the fuel is also flashing. So we better go and get that done just now. I still need to get the fuel topped up because it is still, I think it's still really low. Yep, 382 litres. So we'll fuel this up. I need to go and call somebody and get some fuel put in because we can't really fill up anything else with that. Although this doesn't take much. That's just done, so 200, just under 250 litres of fuel left. That is not a lot. But let's nip forward here and get the telehandler repaired. I have no idea how much it's going to cost. I can't even remember how much we bought it for. I know the ones in game are about 107,000 brand new, but I'm sure we got this in our sales, so just have to move it about a wee bit there. Are we going to be shocked? No, it's not too bad. $4,761. That's not too bad. None of this should need repaired. $3 for that. Yeah, let's go with that. Right, we'll go and get these offloaded in our yard and go back down, off hire the trailer. We did get, or we didn't get pallet forks. I forgot about that because we can't shift the eggs or the wool pallets now. So I'm going to nip back down and get that. I think it's about $1,500. So I'm going to get that. We'll nip back down to the shop and get the trailer off hired, and let's go and start completing some contracts. Well, that's us back down at the shop again to drop off this trailer. We did forget to get new pallet forks, because how else are we going to move the egg and wool pallets? So that's another $1,500. That's it sitting there ready to pick up. We'll drop this trailer off just now for them, get it off hired again. Although it is the most awkward thing to back up. The Super Bee felt easier than this. That'll do them, I think. It's back. There we go. Right, we'll pick up our new forks and we'll head back up to the yard with this. We do have a worker taking our little John Deere tractor over with the fertilizer spreader to, I think it's field 28, but there's 2 of them right beside each other, 28 and 29. So we are going to get them done first. While we're down here with the forks, actually, we do have, I think it's herbicide. Adjust our forks. That's about right there. Perfect. Right, we'll head back up to our yard with this, get that trailer off hired. Hey, we could do that just now actually. Where are we? Leased items, low loaders. It wasn't a bad one to use. It was kind of a pain with the forklift. The harvester's finally gone. Nothing we need yet though. I was thinking about buying a low loader trailer, but kind of decided against it. Main reason is we haven't figured out whether the issue with the trailers bouncing about is because of the truck or because of a glitch in the game or the trailer itself. We don't know. So until I figure that out, I don't really want to go and spend the money on a trailer. But we're away to do some fertilizing contracts. There is a sowing contract still up, so we're going to have to go and do that as well. But we'll get back to the farm, then we'll jump over. I think we'll do the seeding first, just field behind us in field 17. Then we'll get going with fertilizing. Hopefully more contracts come through. There's a rolling contract came through for about $5,000. I can't remember how much it was to lease a roller, but I think if we're going to do it, we're going to lease the biggest one they've got. I know it's going to be more expensive, but as long as it's cheaper to rent the bigger one than it is for the overall price of the contract, we're going to make something on it. I'm just going to take fuel as a loss and wear and tear on the tractor, just to try it out and see if it is going to be worthwhile buying a roller as well. But we'll go over it and get this field behind us seeded first, so we will see you there. Well, that's us just finished up on field 17, $9,679. There is a rolling contract worth $5,100, so we're going to have a quick look into the rollers. I'm going to lease one. We're not going to buy one yet, because obviously that's just one contract showing $5,000. Is it going to be worth spending the money getting it? We don't know yet. But for leasing, like, there's a couple there to choose from. That Mondego is 12 miles an hour. The Dalbo is 7. So there's a big difference there. It's obviously quicker to do that with a Mondego. It's 24.3 meters wide. No, sorry, that's the Dalbo's 24.3 meters. That's 22.9. I was looking at the weight. The weight's 23.5 tons, so it's quite heavy. But that would cover a lot of ground really quickly. $5,600 to rent. So, you know, it's a lot more than the contract's worth, so we'd be losing money. It does look like though, they've got the bigger version of the Dalbo. So it's maybe worth just borrowing from the contract itself. Looks like they've got this one, which is the biggest one in the game. Which field is it? 4. No, 20, sorry. 20, so it's just above the one we did. 4 is the one we just did, so it's field 20. Decisions. Well, we'll have a think about it and see. We'll get some other stuff done first, and then we'll see about the rolling. Well, that's both of them contracts finished off. We will just complete them. So field 29, $6,897. Field 28, $9,515. This rolling contract, we are going to borrow the items. That way we still make almost $3,000 instead of losing $500. The roller we're looking at, the Mondeko, it's about 1 meter and a bit, almost 2 meters shorter than the one we've just rented for this, or the one we've been given for the harvest, the rolling contract. But it runs quicker, so I just want to see. We're getting this one, and we're still getting almost 3,000 for it. And then the next one, if we do get another rolling contract, which I'm presuming we will, because we have done a couple fields. We've still done the one behind us, field 17. We did the one below field 20 we're away to do, which is field 4, I think it is. That wasn't a really good way to go, was it? Still getting used to some of these fields in the corners of the maps because I haven't actually done them yet. There's been no work with them. Anyway, we are going to head down to the shop with this, and we're just going to borrow their tractor, would be as well. And we'll go and do this rolling contract, so we will see you up at the field for it. Well, that's that field finished. I think we're going to go for the other roller next time, just because it does 11 miles an hour instead of 7, so it would cover ground more quickly. This one's okay, it's not too bad. I better jump out because when we complete this, that's going to disappear. So we got 2,818 in total. That's not too bad. So we'll accept that, and now it's disappeared. We do have some other news though. We have another 60 chickens. So even more feed they're going to go through now. I don't think any of these are recent. No. 10 months. So yeah, it would have been the ones last time we looked at. It was 8 months old. So we've had chickens for 13 months now. They are quite spread out when they... Oh well, no, they're coming out 2, 6, 4 and 2 months. Well, we did also notice that we need fertilizing on our field number 13. It's only got one stage of fertilizing. But there's no other contracts, so we'll just quickly check the store, see what's in there. It's still the same. So, long walk back down to our yard, and we'll grab the fertilizer spreader and go down and do our own field beside the shop. So we will see you down there. Well, it's now the second day in September. We jumped forward a day because there wasn't anything else to do. But we noticed a problem. We have 2 fertilizing contracts in, so we are going to accept both of them. But there's a sowing contract to put barley into field 20. We did that yesterday. There's field 20 there. It has barley in already, and as you can see, it is growing. So I don't know what's happened there, but we're going to leave that one in the hope that it does disappear, because there's no point in getting paid twice to do the same thing. Now we are going to nip quickly and give the chickens some feed, and the sheep also need a bit of water just to keep them topped up. So we're going to go and quickly do that first. We'll probably wash some machines down. I know the baler and the plough needs it, and so does the truck actually, it's quite bad. And we need to see about a silage pit as well. And we're also looking, because we went over $100,000 yesterday. We never noticed it. We'll leave that attachment there for now. We'll do the water first. But we went over $100,000 yesterday. We never noticed, but obviously overnight it took a little bit off, I think about 2,000 and something. And we also need to fill that, because there's only 99 litres left. So that's another job for today. But first we'll grab this new bucket and we'll give the chickens some feed and top them up with the barley we've already got in the shed. But we do need to see about a silage pit very soon. And we are also looking at getting just a little shed to store stuff in. Not something fancy, not something like we've already got. Just something where we can put, like the telehandler, a couple of little bits of machinery, telehandler attachments. And we also need somewhere to put the seeds and the fertilizer and all that, because we can't keep fertilizer in the same place like we've got just now. We've got our herbicides sitting there next to eggs, next to lime, next to wool, next to fertilizer. So you can't keep them all in the same bit. We've also, if you've noticed, we still have straw in the corner. There's a lot of straw there, and fertilizer in the same shed. Something tells me you can't have that. I'm not 100% sure, I will have to check on that, but it's not a 100% real life scenario game we're playing just now, but I'd like to keep it fairly decent. I don't think they'll need all of this, but we'll just take a little bit. So we do need to see about a little shed. We were going to get it done earlier this month and towards the end of last month, but the grass was seeded. This field wasn't, but the other one was. So we were going to put it in here, but since it's coming back and it's close enough to being ready, we will do our first cut on it before we put down a silage pit and a shed, but I'm not sure where they're going yet. But that is on the cards to do. But the sheep have been topped up with water, chickens are now fed, so we are going to go and do that fertilising contract that came through this morning. And hopefully the sowing contract disappears from field 20. Because if it didn't work, it usually tells you in the menu that it's failed to grow, or it's withered really. But it's not saying that, it still says it's growing, so I assume it's just a glitch. But we'll dump that here for now. We will grab, where is it? Here, fertilizer spreader. We'll nip over and get them fields done. If there's nothing else comes through today, then we will just jump into tomorrow. So we'll see you over at the field. A slight change of plan. The field right behind us is one of the fields that need to be fertilised, so we get to try out our new attachment. This is a hydraulic one, so you can move it in and out, which should allow us to pick up 2 bags at once without having any messing about. But we're away to find out. It does. Can we get 4 bags? That's maybe a little... That's maybe pushing it for the telehandler. But it picks up 2 bags no problem. You can spread them apart as well so that you don't have them all right together. Well, that was definitely worth the purchase and getting rid of the old one, because you seen the messing about we had even just loading it onto a trailer. It was a bit of a pain, but this needs filled up, so perfect excuse to go and use our new attachment. And then we will get straight into doing the field right behind us, and then up the road for field 18. So we will see you up there. Well, that's both that field's done. So we'll go and collect the money for them. 6,426 for field 17, 5,424 for field 18. The sowing contract is still there, so I'm really not sure what's happening. Nothing. That would be ideal just now if that was a 50-foot John Deere header. But it's not, so we just have to keep hoping that it does come into sale. Right, for now I'm going to head back down to the yard because there is nothing else to do. Our fields are fully fertilised, rolled, ready to go. The animals have been topped up and taken care of for today. So I'll skip ahead time for later on today and see if any other contracts come through. If no, we will see you guys tomorrow morning. Well, since no other contracts have come through yet, I think we're just going to wash the equipment up ready and then jump into tomorrow. So hopefully there is more to do, but I think that'll do for this episode, and we will see you again in the next one very soon. Thank you very much for watching.